Well, this is Diesel for We the People. I'm down South Corpus Christi. Well, I say that, but it's actually north of Corpus Christi. And a little storm's rolling in. Doing a little watch on the storm coming in. But while I'm doing this video, I wanted to touch base on a couple of things. So I'm sure by now on YouTube you guys seen an officer acting in good behavior. Got fired 3 days after posting a video. Now I want to let you guys know right up front, why did Seattle, Washington fired this guy after 3 days posting a video, and they literally had to take 2 to 5 years for officers that's acting in bad behavior. So why are they firing a good behavior officer? So that way they can keep their organization dirty. So that way they can keep operating in bad behavior. They cannot have good officers on the force and go by the Constitution and the oath and maintain their ticket writing party and throwing innocent people in jail. That was the whole gist right there. Is they could not have somebody challenging them and showing that they all should be following the oath. The good thing is another officer did a video. Now I don't know if you guys seen him, but he's not as popular. But he got on the video and said basically in essence, he had great respect for that officer for what he did. So he's coming out. And he believes in his oath. Now that being said, y'all, I don't know what happened between here and there. I don't know how many people these two actually arrested and how much of the Constitution they was literally going for. I'm going to try to get a little bit out of the rain with my cell phone. There we go. I'm in the field aisle. It's a little drier here. But the point is, the story is they changed it. They seen what was going on. And they did not approve of the situation that they got themselves into by being officers. So they had to make a decision, y'all. Operate in good behavior and uphold the oath, or operate in bad behavior and keep their jobs. So the decision was made for him, at least for the one. Now the other one, maybe something's going to come up and maybe they're going to fire him too. That's still yet to be remained. But right now the one did get fired for acting in good behavior, in honor. You guys gotta sit and think about this for a minute. Corrupt cops is gonna watch corrupt cops back, and they're gonna get rid of the non-corrupt. So even if he was corrupt at one time, he's seen the errors of his ways and did not like seeing what was going on to, you know, we the people, which they call citizens. We got to give great respect for the guy that stand up and stay in honor. Kind of like that lady in Dallas. That judge acted in bad behavior. He was not in honor. And plain out, it's just rude, disrespectful to his employees. He's forgotten. And most of these judges have forgotten this too, because we the people has allowed our employees to run amok. It's time to clean up that mess, isn't it? It's time to clean that mess up, we people. It's time to back them people up. Period. Speaking of which, we got a cop over here, I guess getting fuel or getting out of the rain. But yeah, we got to give great respect for them officers that's taken the chance and did take a chance and lost his job to uphold the oath. See, there's an officer over there. My camera probably got a little wet. See if I can wipe this off. Maybe we can see a little bit better. During a storm watch, officer shows up, and we're talking about officers. Ain't that just lovely and dandy? Timing is everything, isn't it? But yeah, great respect for them officers that's standing their ground and upholding their oath, finally. And all we need is sheriffs to stand up beside them officers and start arresting these judges and these cops and these bad behavior sheriffs, because they can't literally get fired. We had to vote them out, and if we vote them good officers out, then what does that say about we the people? You know, great respect for them. Great respect for that lady by standing her ground and told that judge off, and she will not apologize. Awesome girl. Got to give her great respect. There's the officer right there. I don't know if I can zoom with my camera being wet. Right now he's just kind of sitting out of the rain, behaving himself, so I'm gonna leave him alone as long as he leaves me alone. I'm out on the job. This rain right here, since I am hauling hot oil, I'm on standby, waiting for this to clear up. We cannot do this in the rain, obviously. So most trucks are out there, most 18-wheelers out there are driving in the rain. I am stuck when it rains. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard, but Chicago mayor said on video, that we, not we as we the people, but we as the government need to sign the oath to the UN. And I cannot remember her name. And I don't think it was the mayor. I think it was actually the governor of Chicago. I've been playing a lot of catch up on some of these videos. Boy, got a little rain out of this. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse. Huh. Now it's supposed to get bad. I just thought it was coming in now. But yeah. Most people don't know this, but by the Constitution, the Senate and the President can actually get rid of these judges that's operating in bad behavior. Sheriffs can arrest these judges, by not following by the oath. But if the sheriff don't follow the oath, why would they arrest judges that don't follow the oath? You know what I mean? What else? Governor of New York, okay, made it illegal to protest. Okay? Now that's the First Amendment. Just like the First Amendment audit and all that's legal and all that. And the governor has no authority whatsoever to stop people from protesting. And again, he said this on video, on news or something like that. Just kind of run off with the mouth. We the people need to kind of stand up. I know New York people up there can be intense if they get pushed the wrong way. Well, New York, you've been pushed. Don't you think it's all about time to stand up? Huh? Come on, New York. Let's get your people out there and start saying enough is enough. And that goes for Michigan. You know, they're starting to act in bad behaviors, pushing their authority around. So it is time for we the people, and this is as good a time as any, especially since everybody's getting a little frustrated anyway. They realize how the government is really actually screwing them around. They're starting to lose their houses, their businesses, and all that. So, yeah. Come on, we the people. This is a good time to stand up. Get out there. Protest. Oh, speaking of protest, the Odessa, Texas incident with the sheriffs, I don't know if you've seen any of the videos on that. Acted in bad behavior. Some of you guys already know. I had retaliation against me in Odessa, Texas, because I challenged them. Constitutionally, I did a cop watch. He challenged me, and I got a video on that. Check it out. I did play around with him. I wanted to see how honest he was going to be. I did go to jail, but I did absolutely want to. I knew what was going to happen, but I wanted to test it. I wanted to see how far he would go. So, I am going to take off work June 6th, I think is the protest in Odessa about this, after arresting Second Amendment guys and gals and a bar owner for opening her business. Pretty much the same principle as the stylist in Dallas, same thing with the bar owner. Ooh, cold breeze came in. Nice. That wind circulation is coming in now. Oh, that's cold that way. Brr. Uh-oh. Well, I guess the cop's gonna leave the guy alone. Yay. But, yeah. So this is a few things going on. I'm probably going to take off and film that if I can. You know, like I said, this is the busy season. I got to find me a good non-wind area. There we go. Right now it's not raining. That's bad. So, recap. New York governor decided there is not going to be no more protesting in New York. All right, New York, get off your ass. It's time to go to work. It's time to get out there and protest what he just said that you can't protest. Number 2, Chicago governor said that they need to sign an oath to the UN. All right, The redcoats are in our government right now. We fought the redcoats once before. It's time to fight back. Redcoats has invaded our government. So when they try to force you in, an oath to the people we vote in is not okay. The other one, officer got fired 3 days after posting a video because he acted in good behavior, and they wanted to keep their status quo in Seattle, Washington. That way they can keep running their crooked business. This has got to wake up, we the people. We are no longer public citizens. We're going to quit bowing down to the kings and queens, and it's time to take control of our employees. We need to remind them that we are the boss. Period. Alright? They do not have all this authority. Period. Starting to come down again. They just don't have it. Y'all. They have it because we let them. It's time to get up. It's time to wake up. And it's time to make our moves. People are getting a little pissy now. Let's finish this off. We're going to go with the Bible days. Love thy neighbor. Help thy neighbor. Alright? When they said neighbor, they're talking about the human race. Men, women. Alright? We're not even going to go with human race because that means monster. Alright? We are to help our fellow man, or help our women folk. When they protest, we just sit there beside our neighbors and we protest with them. Alright? It's time to take our country back. Alright? And we're going to do it peacefully before it gets any worse, that it has to be called for more. I don't know if you can see this, but it's starting to come down. Let's see if I can zoom this. Yeah, there's the rain. It's coming down pretty good. Okay, and because that one officer, another officer spoke up, and I do not remember where he's from, or remember if he even said where he's from. But he upheld what the other officer did, and because he stood up, this officer stood up. So, is he going to lose his job? I don't know. At the time of the video, he still was an employee, and he was backing up that one officer. And I don't mind backing up officers when they operate in good behavior. Alright? Operating in honor. Alright? Both of them are veterans. They are originally signed an oath in the first place by being in the military. See where we at here. Oh, it's wet. So, this is the time to actually back up our officers now. This is the time to back up our officers when they operate in good behavior, when they operate in honor. That I don't have a problem with. We do need them, but they have limited powers, and we want to keep them with limited powers. What's the other one? Odessa is having, as of right now, this is hearsay, but I heard June 6th that they're going to be protesting against some sheriffs pulling up at that bar and arresting 8 people, including the bar owner. That's not okay. They operate in bad behavior, and I already have a problem with the one particular sheriff there already. And so yeah, I like to see him again, especially since I got backup. This last time I didn't have backup whatsoever. And if I see him, I'm gonna call him a liar, and then I'm gonna honor your oath. and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to take off. I may have to beg and squabble with the being busy as I am with this hot oil. We'll see what happens. I'm north of Corpus Christi. I know they had severe rain up in north of me, and I think we're starting to get it down here. What else we need to do? Oh, another thing. Okay, so some of you guys don't know, but I actually do like Trump as president. I think he's done a lot of good things, okay? But this is hearsay again. I heard, and I think it was January, but I may be mistaken on the date, but he was going to send the military out for everybody to get the vaccines for this virus or bug. We're not even going to call it a virus. We're going to call it a bug. So YouTube don't, you know, be nitpicky about things. Because it's a bug. Okay? Problem one, he does not have authority. Alright? Problem two, if this happens, we the people definitely need to stand up then. And I'm talking about every single we the people. Quit saying you are U.S. citizens. You are not. You are not a slave to the government. You are we the people, the boss of the government. Now change your status quo, quit being public citizens, become we the people, and take your rightful place back. Become their boss. Get back in control of our government. Doing what I can. I'm limited because I got to work. No ifs, ands, or buts. But the people who are doing this, that's kind of making a living on it and all that, more power to you. Great respect. That's how you make a living. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to zoom this in because it's starting to come down now. Got all kinds of, doing a little storm watching. Some of you guys already know that I do a little bit of everything. You know, I don't stick to one thing, and there's no reason why I should. Sometimes I may be a First Amendment audit. Sometimes I may be a Second Amendment. I'm going to challenge the cops and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I'm going to be storm chaser. And sometimes I'm just an employee earning that dollar. I think that's about covering it as of right now. Remember, y'all, challenge the jurisdiction of the courts. Alright? These judges don't have powers like everybody keeps on saying they do, because we gave it to them. It's time to take and put the judges back in place. It's time to film in the courtroom. They have no authority saying you cannot film in there. That is our courtroom, and that's technically by common law, it is called the People's Court. Now I understand they operate in MLT maritime courts and sometimes military tribunal. But it is time to take our common law courts back and call it like it is, the People's Courts. Uh-oh, here it comes. I may have to run in the truck. There we go, y'all. Here it comes. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna have to put my phone in my pocket. You may have to see my pocket and run to the truck.